Police charge a Peeping Tom after a string of incidents at Humber College. We have the details.
A toxic cloud hovers over Scarborough, and the Leafs are looking to end their losing streak. Humber News starts right now.
Hello, it's November 3rd, 2010. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Romy Levine. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Crystal Burney. Ahead on our show, we will have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights. But first, Romy has our top story.
A 26-year-old Mississauga man has been arrested on 6 counts of voyeurism that occurred at Humber's Lakeshore campus and Mississauga's U of T campus. Eric Willemsen was allegedly peering through the windows of women's dorm rooms. Natalia Buya got reactions from the Humber community.
Eric Willemsen has a history of campus voyeurism, according to police, allegedly taking photos of women's skirts as they walk upstairs, into public washrooms, and even spying through windows as they undress. The thought of a peeping Tom can worry those living on campus, but Acting Director of Public Safety Gary Gaines says incidents like these are rare at Humber and students should remain calm.
What we'll do is we'll be adjusting our patrols to ensure we do check the exterior perimeters of residences north and Lakeshore, and keep our eye open for suspicious persons. But by the same token, we want to invite students to participate in making Humber even safer. So if students see a suspicious individual, we would ask them to call extension 4000 right away or get to the residence front desk right away.
Despite the seriousness of these allegations, Humber resident Nicole Vrooman says she feels safe.
I'm not really worried because I feel like the security is really tight here. Like whenever I have to sign in a guest, we have to make sure they have ID and everyone has to show their res card as soon as they come in. So I think it's pretty safe.
Another Humber resident, Lynn Danglish, agrees.
I feel really safe here, and just because it happens at Lakeshore campus doesn't mean it'll happen here, even though they're connected.
It appears students aren't all that worried or apprehensive about moving into residence. Gary Gaines says there are 50 Humber security workers in and around the North Campus working round the clock to make sure an incident like this doesn't happen here. For Humber News, I'm Natalia Buya.
Toronto police say a cloud of sulfuric acid that formed over a Scarborough factory is now dissipating. The toxic gas escaped from the factory in Lawrence and Morningside area around 11 a.m. and residents are being asked to stay indoors. The chemical is highly corrosive and has a distinctive smell. So far, 1 person is said to be injured.
Toronto Public Health is reviewing the stomach virus outbreak that hit a Toronto school after a Halloween dance party. Approximately 300 students and 12 teachers became sick at St. Gregory Catholic School in Etobicoke after complaining of flu-like symptoms. The symptoms included diarrhea, severe vomiting, and fevers. Since the outbreak, caretaking staff have been cleaning and disinfecting the school located just north of Humber's Lakeshore campus. The school board has asked anyone experiencing symptoms to stay home until more information is known.
After 18 hours of negotiations, the University of Western Ontario and its faculty union avoided a strike after reaching an agreement this morning at 3 a.m. This news bodes well for Western's 33,000 students who would have faced class cancellations if the strike occurred. The agreement is tentative, however, and must still be ratified by the union.
Police are still looking for a suspect after a 13-year-old girl was sexually assaulted in Toronto's East End yesterday afternoon. The girl was sent to hospital with serious injuries, but has since been released and is expected to recover. Police describe the suspect as a black male, 17 to 19 years old, 5'6", between 150 and 170 pounds.
Several Northwest Toronto schools have been placed in lockdown mode after a bus stop shooting this morning. The shooting occurred near the intersection of Finch Avenue West and Senatile Road. A 25-year-old man is in hospital with gunshot wounds. 2 suspects believed to be armed fled north of the intersection.
A pandemonium at the Toronto Zoo continues today as Chinese officials now say Canada will have the bears only for 11 years instead of 15. The news came as a shock to Toronto, Calgary, and Granby zoos, who each plan to showcase the pandas for a 5-year period. Both the Calgary and Granby zoos are unsure if the reduced time period still warrants the $15 million needed to acquire and care for the pandas. However, Toronto Councillor Giorgio Mammoliti, head of Toronto Zoo's Panda Task Force, says the zoo is prepared to take on the full 11 years if the other zoos can't reach the agreement.
In the Arboretum, Humber College celebrated the beginning of Aboriginal Education Month with a bang. The high-energy event started with a canoe birthing ceremony. Shelley Charles, an elder at Humber College, says it's important.
The canoe birthing ceremony is significant not only because it's a vessel for travel, but the significant in that it was a way of life.
People big and small were able to learn about Native culture, watch traditional singing and dancing, and sip hot chocolate. There are over 1 million Canadians that are Aboriginal. The next powwow at Humber College will be inside the Student Centre on November 30th.
When we come back, Scott Money has our sports update, and Pam Ball will let us know what Mother Nature has in store for us.
Frost is on the ground. There's also another F word in the forecast, flurries. I'll let you know when you can expect them after the break.